Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Return from Beagle Point. We are really close, or relatively close, to getting back to the bubble over here, after having flown all the way across the galaxy, way over here to Beagle Point. Let's go ahead and get off the ground into space and on our way. Before we get too far into the video, I also have to remind myself to remind you to please be sure to click that subscribe button, help us reach that next milestone of 10,000 subscribers. That can only happen if you actually press the button, so be sure to do that. For today's episode, we're doing just like we do every other episode. We are working on trying to find biological sources and increasing our exobiology rank up to the elite status, and hopefully along the way we'll make enough money to purchase a fleet carrier, take that back out into the black, and bring all of our ships with us and do all kinds of cool stuff. So that's the long-term plan. Are we moving? Are we getting away from the surface here? Oh. Okay, I wasn't sure what was going on there. But anyways, once we get back to the bubble, I do plan on doing a little bit of variety content, just to kind of break up the monotony a little bit. Because once we leave the bubble, I don't know when the next time we're going to be back is going to be, because we'll have our fleet carrier and we're just going to keep moving it throughout the galaxy and, you know, seeing what we find. Got to get high enough out of here so that, oh man, our thing is on the other side. So this is going to take us a minute to get out of here because the direction of our next jump is on the other side of the planet. So we got to get high enough and then get around the planet. We'll use some of this acceleration. There it is. So we just got to get around the corner over here, and we'll be able to pop our frameshift drive, and then we can start looking for some biological sources. There it is. Off we go. For those of you who are regular viewers, you know that I've been spending a lot of time playing Path of Exile. Found a build on there that's really fun. It's definitely by far my favorite build. I think the only thing that would be even cooler is if I could figure out a way to do some kind of a super fast shadow build that allows me to clear things very quickly, but is also like a dual dagger kind of thing. I'm not really sure. Outside of a flicker strike build, which apparently is a very expensive build to do. I'm not sure what else I could do to make that work, but regardless, let's get down over here. Then we'll come to a stop. There's no high metal content worlds in this one, so we're just going to go ahead and move on. So yeah, it's just a roll of the die every time we hop into a new system, hoping that we come across, preferably what we're looking for is a high metal content planet with 2 biological sources on it. That's almost 100% certainty that it's going to be Stratum Tectonicus, and if we get first footfall, 90 million credits. We found a bunch of those on our trip out here, and it's one of the reasons why we have, 6 billion, almost right around 6 billion credits. And I have to imagine we're pretty close to 7 billion by now. We have a lot, even just coming from the center of the galaxy, we have a lot of data stored in our data banks right now. So I get a little bit reckless as we fly out here. We're out here for a lot longer because, you know, the space madness kind of starts to set in. You get tired of, you know, jumping and scanning and jumping and scanning and, you know, hopping out of your ship and scanning and scanning and scanning and scanning. It gets kind of old and then you start to lose your mind. That space madness starts to set in. But we don't have too much longer until we're going to be getting back to the bubble, and that's kind of exciting. After so many months of doing this, it'll be nice to be back in the civilized area. Alright, we'll be able to scan this system a little bit. I'm going to say every video that I have to use it, that I would really like it if they adjusted the full spectrum system scanner to make it so that when you select a frequency, the entire screen will have it so that if there's a body on the screen that matches that frequency, it shows up as a circle like that. because that would make this a much more useful tool. So I'm guessing that the high metal content planets are going to be around... Yeah, that's an icy body. Are going to be around these gas giants here. And that's probably why I can't find them. So nothing there. Nothing there. Getting a feeling that there's not going to be any biology in this system. Yeah, and that's it for the high metal content planets. So, moving on. Next system. Hope for the best. Hope for the best. Roll the dice. Roll the die. It's only one die. One massive, infinite-sided die. I played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons over the year. I'm very familiar with dice. 4-sided dice, 6-sided dice, 8-sided dice, 10, 12, 20. I even have a 30-sided die. It's a big brown one that I have. It's a big 30-sided die. It looks like it's like that big. Okay. 26 bodies. We'll hop in and scan this. Fortunately, it's just icy bodies, which, you know, they can have biological signatures on them, but realistically, it's probably only going to have like 1 or 2, and it's going to be fonticula. The icy bodies almost always have some form of fonticula on it. Bacteria and fonticula, or just bacteria. You want rocky bodies. If you want rocky bodies, realistically, rocky bodies are going to be the ones that are going to have a lot of like the 4 and 5 biological sources on them, and then the high metal content planets are the ones that usually have like the 1 or 2, and usually when it's 2, it's going to be the stratum tectonicus, which is like our favorite big cash money option.
Fuel screening complete.
All right, well, we got some high metal content worlds on here, so with any luck, there'll be some kind of biology here. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, at this point, even if we don't find... It's not a big deal if we don't find any biology, because it's nice to be able to just kind of get some distance down, too. So, while we're still looking, we're still kind of hoping to find some, it's not a massive disappointment if we don't, because when we don't find anything that... Oh. And then, I literally just said that normally you don't get 4 or 5 biological signatures on a high metal content planet. But you know what? As soon as I say things like that, the universe just steps in and changes things on me to make me look like an idiot. So there you go. We found a 4. Whatever. This is an outlier. This is not the way it normally is. Okay. So it's going to take a minute to get over there. I'm going to put a quick cut in here so you guys don't have to watch this boring part. 8,000 light seconds is going to take a minute or 2 to get there. So be back in just a second. All right, we're most of the way there. Just need to close the last little bit of distance here. Then we'll get our planetary scanning done, hop down, scan some stuff. And then to get 3 or 4 samples, it's going to take us a good 5, maybe 10 minutes, depending on how quick I'm able to find everything. So probably just go ahead and call it a day once we're done with this part. We're down to 213 jumps to get to Shinrarta Desra. So we might pop back out of the planet just to get some distance down. But I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Not really in that big of a rush to get back, if I'm perfectly honest. Because this is one of those series that are just going to kind of keep going and keep going and keep going. So there's really no... outside of just, it'd be nice to achieve our goal, there's really no reason to hurry up and get through with this stuff. So we'll drag it out. We'll drag it out. Alright, looks like we're close enough to do the scanning now. So let's get... we just need 2 probes for this one. Nice. Let's see what we have here. It was 4 biological signatures on this guy. It's almost certainly not going to be Stratum tectonicus. Stratum tectonicus has, at least in my experience, has always been by itself. I don't think I've ever seen Stratum tectonicus out other than just like bacteria. But on like these 3 or 4 body planets, yeah, we don't even have tectonicus on here. So what we're looking for, Tussock's going to be everywhere. Frutexa and Tubus. I'm gonna go for the Tubus then, so that hopefully we get lucky. We do need to get around to the light side of the planet, though. Let me get my Super Cruise Assist turned off so that we can quickly get around.
Hull integrity compromised.
What? I'm not sure what just happened there. I must have really been spaced out or something, but how did I do that?
Frameshift drive charging.
Am I crazy? Did I miss something here?
4.
Because I felt like I was trying to skim around the side to slow down so that I... Yeah, what happened? We were in the orbital zone. I was too fast for the orbital zone? I've never had that be a problem before.
Orbital flight engaged.
I've never had that be a problem before. Not once have I ever slammed into the orbital zone area. That's weird. I've never ever had that happen before. Is that like a bug or is that an intended feature? Was I seriously just going way too fast? I've never had that happen before. I've always had plenty of time to like slow down, and if I was going too fast, I could pull up and just kind of loop around a little bit to bleed off the speed. That was weird. But anyways, so we're gonna come down here and hopefully find either Tubus or Frutexa, and then ideally there'll be some Tussock nearby. If the bacteria is easy to see, we'll grab that too, but realistically, I'm not overly concerned about the bacteria. Bacteria is a dime a dozen, and it's not that... Most of them aren't that expensive. Let's get our night vision turned on to make things easier to see. I already see some stuff here. Looks like it's going to be our Tubus. Scan for this one. They look like space cactus. Okay, 2 more of those, and then we can hopefully find... It'd be really cool if we can find the Frutexa really easy, too, but a lot of times the Frutexa is really hard to get to. It's usually in, like, ripply areas that are hard to land on. Okay, over here should be fine. Assuming we can land. It's always nice when they provide me a nice, convenient landing pad. They look like space cactuses with birds of paradise at the end. Okay, Tubus sororibus. The Roribus? Okay. Okay, we need one more of those. Those are too close, I think. Oh, maybe these right here? Sweet. So this is one down. We need to find either some Frutexa or some Tussock. Either way, we need to find at least one more type of something. I don't want to have to come all this way only to get one sample. Alright, that takes care of the Tubus. So now we have to do some skimming to see if we can find some grass. And unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention on the way in, so I don't know what direction we were facing that led to the more dense part, or towards the middle of this patch here. But unfortunately, we're just gonna have to go in this direction and hope for the best. Oop, that's what we're looking for. Where was it? Saw some. I must have stopped faster than I thought I did. Saw something that looked like... Yeah, right there. About to say, I knew I saw something. My eyes are not lying to me yet. I got another 20 years before that starts to happen. Well, 30 or 40. Something like that. Point is I'm not that old yet. Okay, yeah. Grass over here. Or is it grass, or is this going to be Frutexa? Looks... that's Frutexa. So we found ourselves some Frutexa, but as you can see how it's on this ripply part here? The only reason why we're able to get to this is because there was a flat spot nearby. But most... I don't want to say most of the time. A lot of the time... getting to the Frutexa is a pain in the butt, and most of the time I just skip it because I assume it's going to be a big pain in the butt and I don't want to deal with it. So we'll keep going a little bit. If we can find another couple of spots of Frutexa that are relatively easy to get to, we'll go ahead and grab it. If we come across some Tussock, then we'll probably just abandon the Frutexa and move on to that because it's easier to get to. But we'll see. We just got to keep an eye out for patches of tall grass. It's all tubus. I think we're not getting that lucky right now. It's all tubus. Which isn't particularly helpful. I think I might turn off the... Oops. In my effort to turn off my night vision, I took my hands off the controls, and that was the very wrong time to do that. But it is what it is. We'll get our shields back. This is why I fly with shields. Nope, that's all tubus, but I thought I saw something over here that looked like some Frutexa. Was it just more tubus? Yeah, I think it was just more tubus. Ugh. The heat map for this made it seem like it was going to be mostly Tussock, but we haven't come across any of that. That's the problem with the heat map, though. The heat map just shows you the area where you'll find it, not necessarily where it's going to be concentrated. So we may have to just Yeah, it's all tubus in here.
Landing gear retracted.
And the only thing I can think of is to try to maybe get some distance. And I know we're going too fast for it to ever render, but I'm just trying to get to another area to hope that maybe we find something else. Because it seems like we're just stuck in this tubus area, which is annoying because the heat map said that it was only in these like very small spots. Woo! Barely missed that one. I'm mostly just trying to fly far enough to hope that we get out of the heat map area where it said this stuff was going to be, so that we have a better chance of maybe finding something else. Oh, here we go. What the hell, dude? I was trying to stop. It says more tubus. Alright, well, this is the part where I get really annoyed and I'm just done. So, we're gonna find a landing spot and call it a day. Kinda went bust on this one. Wait. It's all just tubus. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and land then. Whatever. Hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button if you did, so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to as many people as possible. If you're not a subscriber, please help us reach that 10,000 subscriber mark by hitting the button. Channel members get early access to all of our content, so be sure to click the join button, check out the list of options available there, and decide if any of those are right for you. If not, you can always leave YouTube's version of tip with the thanks button. Direct contributions are greatly appreciated and a critical component to helping to turn this into a full-time gig, which is the dream. So again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you had fun with this flight. Be sure to come back for the next one, and I'll see you then.